Each here, it's not super long, it's just on a card made up of words, 20 words. Unfortunately, each word represents with 20 minutes. So I hope you're not hungry. First of all, Matty stroke Ken. I'll begin by saying, doesn't Sarah look lovely? She looks tanny. Greggy looks sorry, probably really like. And first, the reason I'm such good mates with Ken is with Greggy. 40 minutes. With Simon is because we work together, and some of the lads here work together at the CSA, at the Child Support Agency, at the ministry. And we only worked together for like, how long was it before you got the sack? 8 months, and it was 15 years ago, and we're still texting each other every day now. So what I'm going to do is tell you about some of the antics that we got up to during them 8 months before tonight we got sacked. It was a bit like, you can imagine Ricky Gervais was there in the corner going, I'm having some of this like, but it was better than the just to get money. So, first time that we went there, we all got there starting together. I got there a bit late. And Simon, dear friend that he is, has since told us that the first thing he said to Thomas when he saw us was, who's that shirt left alive? And again, the joke's on him because with his curly hair and his tash, I thought he was a scouser. So when he did have a tash.
Fluffy one. He did have a tash.
And first, it was his first proper job, Simon's first proper job. And the geniuses of employment thought, oh, it's his first proper job, we'll give him a flexi key and an on-site bar. Both of them were exploited to the hilt. We also went and we used to get with bait, we used to get with food from the canteen, right? And the canteen there was class. You could get your lunch and you could get chicken burgers, which were with £3 a pop, or you could get chips, which were 50p, and you go, oh, can I have it to take away? I mean, you weren't going to go, yeah, you're at work, but you could go outside and drink in the beer garden, right? So we would get them in the styrofoam, simply because you could close the lid. And then when you went to the till, the old doll was so trustworthy, you know, she would just take your word, whatever was in there. So, we would obviously be filling in with contraband, get to it. Chips again. We didn't have a couple of we just have a shiny 50p bin. Hey, you'll turn into a couple of chips. Then we're going outside. 4 chicken burgers and popping like a jack in the box. And we had a few antics with the lads that are here now. And you used to, I think it was Simon discovered this, you used to answer the phone. Whenever you used to answer the phone, they'd say, good morning, Child Support Agency, Gal speaking. Garrett speaking. Or whoever. But perhaps discovered that if you get your phone, you know, I like the phones you got in the hotel room, proper ones, before mobiles, like 20 years ago. You could just take the thing off a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit, you know. So you didn't think that you were on the phone, you could just take it off the time you're on your computer. And then phone got this extension. And then I was like, hello, transport agency, large speaking. And then nothing. We did that 8 times a day. Never thought it was boring. We used to do a double up. How man, bloody, I knew it was you, man, that's you then. How did we? And then it's over. Well, that's not me, is it? Stand up, it was me. There you are, the other thing that you discovered this. Simon discovered this is another thing you can do when we're doing uptime on the weekend. He discovered by pure chance, right? That when you log on, you put your name in, your username, and then your password, and then you log on. But if you put your username and don't put your password in and press return 3 times, you got suspended from the system, right? Which was a nightmare. I had boring Ian from the office to come round going, oh, you've been suspended again, what did you do? basically, it didn't take much hard work to work out what people's usernames were, because it tended to be your first letter of your first name and your surname. So, S. Thompson. Suspended Thomas. I went 3, 4 times. How come so? I can't start you talking. Now, some of the things about science is he knows what to sing, but he doesn't just know them, he knows them. And over the years I've learned to sing nan.
It does not for a fact.
Is that Rob Lee is the best footballer of all time. But Grammy would have been like Maradona, and that's no. Another thing he knows for a fact is that Frank Bruno would have knocked Muhammad Ali out of the shop. He wouldn't have though, would he? He would? Nah. Another thing he knows for a fact is that, listen, he farts quite a lot. But he knows for a fact his farts can smell. Now I was sharing a room with him last night, and another thing he knows for a fact is that every bouncer who works on a door in Ireland is a member of the IRA. Unfortunately, I was there when he told them. Luckily, Simon was armed. Unluckily, it was with a fire extinguisher. But luckily, he was in a disguise. Unluckily, he was in a womble. Another thing he knows for a fact, when we were working together at CSA, he knows for a fact is that only Simon Grevy in the world, well, in Britain, to be fair, Britain, the world, well, maybe the world. He goes, no, I'm Grevy, right? I'm Simon Grevy. I'm the only Simon Grevy in the world. Now, what are you talking about? You're not, man. He goes, because they're now all cousins, and none of them are called Simon. If it was called Valentino Grevy, maybe. Simon is like the normal name, you know? I says, there'll be Simon Grevy's in Wales and London and all that. No. Simon Grevy. So when we looked at the CSA, right, there was this machine, and it was when you had to find absent parents. You could go on, you had a permission, and would come up how many of them there are, and their bank details and where they lived and all that. But there was loads of checks on it, because at first all the lads would find out how much Alan Shearer earned a week and where he So there was loads of checks on it. So we got these checks on it, and I just thought, right, I'm just going to arrest him because I'm sick of him every day. So one time, I sneaked in on this computer and I put in Simon Grevy. This is with 27, I don't know. I thought I'd bring it up to date a little bit more, so before I left I went on Facebook, there's a good 40 on there. The other thing I like to do, we used to like to do overtime, because you do it on a weekend, because you get double time and basically it was a doddle, right? But the bar was shut, which was the sad thing, but we'd bring in cards and that, and read that paper out there. This is true, right?
This is true.
There was a paper we used to read it back then, News of the World, I remember anything less. I got to do for love of money, but back then I used to just kick back, do a few cases, and just read it. Cases, not cases of beer. And there was this one time, there was this one lass, she come in. Because the canteen was closed, you couldn't get any paid, right? That was the only damn thing. And then this lass come in one time, right? And she went over the kettle and she made us up a pot noodle. And we're like, everyone was like, oh. It's like she whipped out a steak or something. Where'd you get that? Oh, I brought it from home. And I was like, Then a business idea, this is when the Geordie version of The Office, the Geordie version of because it was around Christmas time, and you could get turkey, pot noodles brought out, turkey and stuffing flavoured pot noodles. It was rank, but they brought it out. But they'd obviously been well optimistic and hasn't it? Because come January there were still massive shelves of it left, right? And they were throwing it off at 10 pence, right? But my sister worked on the pizza counter, got 10%, so I got at 9 pence. I got, you know what, this is a financial opportunity investment here, like, we'll chip a tenner each. So we bought a tenner each and bought for 250 pots. Should have been my mum's garage with half it still is, right? We've got this. And then, of course, overtime kicks in. People doing overtime and all that. I forgot to bring any bakers. Like, do you want to food? Oh, you got food? Aye, for a quid. I haven't. So in the first week, we're selling 10, so we've got what I man. I'll just look at you well around. We've got money, man. And we're giving, but the thing was, for a week, I even had a turkey and stuff in the pot noodle. It doesn't smell nice, like. Imagine an office full of people. It was wafted up. It was like, oh, people are coming in right now. And it tends to repeat on you as well, you know. So it turned into be a terrible environment to work in. So we got banned from selling turkey and pot noodles. We actually got banned from serving it, so I had none of that. Well, we couldn't sell any, but I've still got like 200 other guys. We tried to give them to the homeless, they wouldn't interested. Then we sent it to Ethiopia, they sent it back. It was but we weren't absolute idiots. Because the other thing we did was the Car Noir Club. Thomas. We're doing the Car Noir Club, right? Because they had this thing where a tin of coffee, right? But mellow birds. Powder, ran. They're 120p a cup for this stuff. I was like, you're having a laugh. So I got the guys together, because I was a little bit older than them, I was 22, I was like the godfather. I was a position, I said, Mum and Dad, I said, give us £2 a week, I'll go and get me some Car Noir.
Did he say 22?
So we went,
Good tour,
dried, best instant coffee you can get. I got milk, I got biscuits, man, there was no good biscuits. And we didn't make any money, but wow, drank nice coffee. All except comment, it was glass-balled after the third week because he wouldn't keep up his buffet.
That's not true.
Everyone knows who you are as well.
He's getting evidence.
But it all comes up with a sorry end because one summer's day, right? Because we had a flexi key and we went on a lunch, but we went on a virtual lunch. We went on a 45-minute virtual lunch. And a 2-hour real lunch. A 45-minute virtual lunch is when you go and you have a pint and 6 chicken burgers, and then right, so another pint, give us your key, I'll go and log it in. So, and then come back, have another pint, and then go. So technically we had a 45-minute break, but really we had a 2-hour one. Until the time that it was Simon's time to go and log in. He went in, come back. We'll come back. Let's go back to work. Went back to work. I sat opposite the boss. Literally opposite the boss. Simon sat next to us, right? So we go back there. And I just go straight. He goes, I'm just going for a whiz. So he goes to the toilet. I come back and I sit down at my desk. Simon comes in and just goes, look, Dad, here's the key. Just throw the key. My flexi key. Land in front of us. I looked at the key, I looked at Simon, I looked at the key, looked at the boss looked at the key, the boss looked at Simon, and the boss went, why has Simon got your flexi key? But I'm quite quick-witted in tricky situations like this, so I looked at Simon and I went, I don't know. And then we got stopped. There was one kid that was like, this bit, right? There was this kid, Rickard, right? I actually got a job to Rickard, I went to school with him. And we had this bet, because I'm Spurs, you know, on Newcastle, right? We had a season-long bet, right? Who'll finish higher, Tottenham, Newcastle. Seems a funny bet to have now. Back then, Newcastle looked funny too. So, it was in 1832. So, So I had this bet, right? And I can't remember who won, but it was for a bottle of Jack Daniels, right? And I went, right. Oh well, fair play. Let me have the bet next year. And Rick went, why are you having it next year? Why are you doing it next season? And I went, you guys, well, you're going to London to be a teacher. And I went, alright, so what? He goes, well, you only mates with Remy because you work with him. I went, are you mad? He goes, well, we won't be working together next year, so like, what's the point? And I went, you think I'm only mates with Remy because we're trying to find absent parents together? I asked what you mates for ages. He's like, oh, whatever. 15 years later, right? So I just want to say that chucked a bit
Go on, Matt, another
to
10
be
minutes.
Simon's best mate.
Matty,
I've got a bet on
You've
you,
got 10
20 minutes.
Oh, I'm joking. Before I do the toast though, right, I do want to say one thing.
Well said.
Is that the best excuse ever for, say hypothetically, you were going to have a cigarette on the plane. Just imagine. Imagine hypothetically you're on a stag do, you're going to have a cigarette, and you have a cigarette at the plane, and then you sort of heard an announcement going, for the passenger who had a cigarette in the plane, please make yourself known as cabin crew. And then everyone looks at you, just anyone I'm talking about, just looks at you and goes,
Oh, that's good.
I know, it's you. The best excuse you can ever get is what's going to come out with, what they're going to do, chuck us off. That's me sleeping on the road now. Right, so without further ado, let's stand up and do one last toast.
Stop it when you do.
To Simon and Sarah.